Welcome to Agam's lecture series, a lecture series designed to bring learning to the comfort of your home. I am your lecturer, Agama U. Agama. And today we are going to continue with the course Environmental Impact Assessment, coded STB412. And the topic of our today's study is Study Phase and Post-Study Phases in EIA, Part 2. Now, in our previous lecture, we discussed pre-study phase. Today, we are going to look at study phase and post-study phase. Study phase involves identification and analysis of impacts. Identification and analysis of impacts. And we know that impacts can be beneficial or adverse. Impacts are not always restricted to a particular area or to the area where the project is going on. Impact can have primary or secondary effect. Effect of impacts can be reversible or it can be irreversible. Impacts can be repairable or irreparable. Impacts can be on short-term basis or it can be on long-term basis. Impacts can increase with time or decrease with time. Impacts can be local, it can be regional, or it can be global. Now, prediction. What is prediction? Prediction is the description of impacts, describing their nature, type, their size, and their magnitude, and also know whether there are alternatives to that action. If the impact is so negative, is there any alternative? Can we leave it and do something else? When you are doing that, you are into impact prediction. Then also on that study phase, you do what we call mitigation. Initially in pre-study, we ask you whether there are solutions, whether there are remedies. Now we are now saying, what are the remedial factors? What can you do to prevent the impact? What can you do to reduce the effect of the impact? What can you do to make sure that the impact is not as destructive to the environment as it appears on paper? And again, where can we have alternatives? Can we say, let's choose another site? If the impact in this site is can we go to another site? These are all remedies. When you now study this major thing, impact, identification, and prediction, you have done the study phase. Then the post-study phase. If you watch the first one will say pre-study, meaning you do it before you go into the study. Now we have done the study. The next one, post-study. After the study, what happens? Post-study. And in post-study, we are going to look at environmental management plan. Otherwise, environmental management system that we are going to put in place. What are the things that have to do to make sure that even all these our predictions and our remedies, they are still working and stand the test of time? What are the remedies? What are the mitigation measures? And we can find out these remedies and mitigation measures through monitoring and audit. And you can only monitor and audit when you have finished the study. That's why we are calling it post-study phase. And in this post-study, we'll look at the objectives of environmental management plan, EMP. Remember in the exam, we can ask you to say, what is the full meaning of EMP? Environmental management plan. What are the objectives? The objectives are to ensure compliance with existing legislations. There are laws controlling the environment. That you want to do, is it complying with the existing law? You cannot be an outlaw because you're having a project. 2, what are the environmental management awareness? Create awareness. Create awareness that people will know what is happening. Then streamline your activities to add value to efficiency and effectiveness. Streamline your procedure to add value to efficiency and effectiveness. and you provide standard environmentally sound procedures. I told you you should know the full meaning of BAT, best available technology. So in best available, you should be looking for standard environmentally sound procedures, otherwise environmentally friendly procedures that do not damage the environment further. Then link between EMP and ISO. ISO, in some of us, you will call it International Standard Organization, but we normally say is organization for international organization for what? Standardization. International organization for what? Standardization. Is turned the other way around. Now, what is ISO? ISO is a network of 153 nations of the world whose job is to monitor the standard of products and what? Services in the whole world. So ISO is the world developer of what? Standards. They are there in every country. In Nigeria is Standard Organization for Nigeria. In Ghana is Ghana Board of Standards. They are there in Britain. And it's because of ISO that one tablet of 500 milligram paracetamol is expected to be the same in Ghana, in US, in Russia, even if you land it to the moon, in China. Not minding that some people can illegally go and ask a company to produce a substandard what? Product. But that's why you have monitoring in every country to checkmate this abuse. And the organization that is in charge of standards is ISO. Every country has a domesticated version of it. In Nigeria is SON, Standard Organization of Nigeria. Now, environmental management plan has 4 phases: the planning phase, the implementation phase, the control phase, and the management review phase. In the planning phase, the job is identification of impacts and the legal requirements. In implementation phase, providing the best available technology for it, providing the finance and human resources training and development for it. The control phase, monitoring what is happening, evaluating the process, and auditing the process. That is the control phase. Then the management review, continuity of the efficiency. Is it effectively happening as was predicted? Now, ISO and standardization. I told you that ISO is the world developer of standards and is a network of 153 nations of the world that cooperate to achieve standardization in all products, operating procedures, all formula of products and what? Services. And that's why you see that if you go to most products in the market, you see ISO numbers on them. In Nigeria, you can see ISO number. But if you don't see ISO number, you see SON number. Because in Nigeria, have domesticated it in our country. We don't need to write the international number. We write our own number, ISON. But when you have this SON, if Nigeria is satisfied that a product is good, Nigeria will now give NIS, Nigeria Institute of Standards. So you get so many products in Nigeria, you see NIS inscribed on them, Nigeria Institute of Standards. That means they comply to Nigeria Standard Organization, and that's when they comply to ISO, International Organization for Standardization. Now, in ISO 14001 is for certification, certifying that a product is good. ISO 14010, 14011, and 14012 is ensuring that auditing and guidelines are followed in the production. It's been audited and certified that guidelines are what? Followed. ISO 14031 is for monitoring. All this is to say the standard, is it being maintained? Monitoring. Remember, even in Nigeria, NAFTA guys can go and pick a razor pure water, go back to their lab to check whether they are still maintaining what was at the approval. That's a form of monitoring. Now, what is monitoring? Monitoring is whether to check whether functioning of environmental and social variables are still being maintained. The functioning of both social and environmental variables, are they still being maintained? Auditing is to verification of the practice and certification of the data used in the production process. You see now that ISO and our own SOM work hand in hand, and all the standard bodies of the world unite together to form a network of ISO, whose headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. And they work as a team to make sure that all products all over the world maintain acceptable standards. If there's any fake standard, it's not that there's not a standard, but people deliberately out of their way cut corners and not do the thing. But if the standard is followed, you see that products in Nigeria will have the same standard like the one in US, even if you land them to the moon. If you are trained by this lecture, join us in our next lecture, part 3, where we are still going to discuss further on environmental impact assessment. If you enjoyed this lecture as presented, click on the subscribe button and you can reach us any other time our lecture come on board. Thank you and God bless you. I remain your lecturer, Agama.